puck out of the air. He's over the blue line. Johnny scores! All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lewis University Television Network. And a big save. Power move to the middle. Wilninski foul in the back of the net. Fake shot. Another shot. He goes upstairs right there. Take his team ahead by 2. Another shot. And Brian Goot scores the goal. Excellent diving play there. Oh, mama. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lewis University Television Network. Logan Camp here for some coverage of Flyers hockey. We'll get going in just a couple minutes. At the conclusion of warm-ups, we're going to see the 5 Flyers seniors get honored, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Then we'll have an ice cut, and we'll get right into some ACHA college action. We should be in for a good one. Marquette and Lewis played last night. Marquette took home the W. The Flyers will be looking to extract some revenge out of the Golden Eagles today. So like I said, in about 7 minutes, we'll have the senior recognition ceremony. Then we'll have an ice cut. And then we'll get right on going. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network.
Give up one more time for all 5 of our Flyers hockey seniors.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
You're looking for your opportunity to make a difference that impacts your world for the better. And no one is better equipped to help you do that than Lewis University. With 37 graduate degree and certificate programs, we can help you develop the skills required to maximize your performance and value in today's workforce. Classes meet in 8-week sessions, 100% online, on campus, or a mix of both designed for working adults. Your time is now. Transform your skills and potential with a graduate degree from Lewis University.
Can you help me? What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard him, organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
What are you gonna wish for, Grandpa?
Don't just wish you had taken care of your hearing loss. Take action today. Visit actnow.hearing.com to learn the signs and find an ASHA-certified audiologist near you.
Today is a career day event that I've been fortunate enough at putting on for several years. And through that time, we've grown exponentially in regard to the number of agencies who have come here to provide students with information about job opportunities, internship opportunities. When they come in, they'll sit down right away first and choose a table that they want to sit at. Every 10 minutes, we have somebody ringing a bell and announcing the change tables. They go from table to table to meet with everybody, so they get an opportunity to have a conversation with everybody.
As a Lewis student, seeing all the different agencies, it's a little bit intimidating, but now from the other side, it's very rewarding. I feel it is a privilege speaking to students, especially here.
As a student, I only went to one, but I wish I went to more. I think it would have been service to me to have been able to see all the different agencies and the opportunities that are offered. When I left Lewis, I really only had my eyes set on being a police officer. It wasn't until I was a police officer that I learned about special agent positions. Had I gone to more of these career fairs, I would have seen all of these opportunities that there are.
This is the story of Lewis University, located 35 miles southwest of Chicago. Founded in 1932 with a focus on aviation technology, Lewis is a Catholic and Lasallian university that welcomes students of all faiths and cultures. Your understanding of diverse cultures will help you to succeed in the global workplace. At Lewis, our faculty walk side by side with our students, helping them apply what they learn in the classroom to real life. In law enforcement, nursing, aviation, business, the sciences, teaching, and the arts, all making a difference. Our students have purpose in learning. They're problem solvers, thinkers, doers. Upon graduation, Lewis students are prepared to create better communities, communities that universally welcome, support, and encourage all to create a better world. Now it is your turn. How will you impact our world? Apply at lewisu.edu.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs a life-saving blood transfusion. Every 2 seconds, there's an urgent need for blood donation. Every second matters. In an emergency, doctors may face impossible choices. Who gets blood and who must wait? Will you roll up a sleeve and give? Because of you, life doesn't stop. Donate blood. Make your appointment today at Vitalant.org.
Hello, I'm Will Jimeno. I'm a retired Port Authority police detective and a 9/11 survivor. For 13 hours, I was buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. I was rescued thanks to brave people who were willing to put their own lives on the line to save mine. For 9/11 this year, a National Day of Service, I'll be paying it forward by taking time to help others. Please join me by doing your own good deed that day. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
Providing students with the skills and qualities needed to be successful, the Lewis University Radio and Television Broadcasting Department prepares students for high-level performance in their endeavors. The broadcasting professor supplies students with numerous chances outside of the classroom to sharpen their tools and get a taste of the real world of broadcasting.
I just thought it was really interesting and I want to go into sports media. Everyone's really welcoming, even if you have no experience. Like, you will be uncomfortable at the beginning, like I was, but once you start into it, you'll be more comfortable as your teachers explain everything.
Technical directing, editing, producing, and anchoring are just some of the countless broadcasting roles students can get involved with during their first week in the program. From being on the air to producing behind the scenes, students will acquire valuable life skills in addition to what they learned in broadcasting. All majors are welcome, and to get started, visit lewisu.edu/admissions so you can make a difference and take your talents to the next level.
All right, welcome back to the Lewis University Television Network. Logan Kapp alongside Matt Carlson on the call today for more Lewis Flyers hockey as they are taking on the Marquette Golden Eagles in the second game of this weekend's series. It was not very successful outing yesterday for the Flyers, Matt.
No, indeed, it was not. Flyers letting 8 pass. They, looked like they were going to have some success, Logan, and the second period, about halfway through, had some connectivity going on, scored 2 goals, in that time frame, about a 5-minute time span, but just wasn't enough. A lot of sloppy passing through the neutral zone, couldn't retain the puck, and at the end of the day, Marquette came out to be the much better team.
Yeah, and they're going to be looking for some revenge today. It is senior night. I'm not sure how much of those announcements you heard a couple minutes ago, but we just honored all 5 Lewis Flyers hockey seniors, and it looks like they will be getting ready to start here for the game today, as I think we're going to have the national anthem here in a couple minutes. But keys to the game today, Matt, what are we thinking?
Keys to the game today, like I just mentioned, they're going to have to lock down those passes through the neutral zone. That's really where they struggle, is in transition from defense to offense, and just retaining the puck as well. And they started a physical game yesterday, and I think Marquette started to get rattled a little bit when Lewis started to become more physical. So physicality, locking down those passes, retaining possession, and try to take your time a little bit. Enjoy it today, of course. It is senior night as well.
You see in the far side corner there on your screen right now the numbers hanging of all 5 of those Flyer seniors. And it should be a good one today. We got the chance to have a discussion with all of them on the Lewis Hockey Podcast, which was really fun.
Right.
But it should be a good one today as they take on the Golden Eagles. So we're going to step out for the national anthem, and then we'll be back in just a couple minutes with period number 1. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network. Starting goalies for the matchup today. First for the Golden Eagles, Daniel Ledger to our right, wearing the beautiful yellow sweaters. I couldn't get over how beautiful those are, Matt. I don't know about you, but they wore the baby blue ones yesterday.
I got to say, I think I'm a fan a little more of the baby blue jerseys. I'm a sucker for the baby.
Daniel Ledger in net for the Golden Eagles. Naperville native, so he's probably pretty used to playing here at Camlin. Coming back to the Romeoville area. On our other side, Flyer senior Christian Rohrer in net for the Lewis Flyers. Starting all 5 of those seniors that were honored today. Wilninski's out there as well for the Lewis Flyers. He is a senior. However, he, as you just told me, Matt, he's doing a 5th year, so he'll be back for another one next year, which is really cool.
Yeah, he along with Logan Pickens as well, another Flyers senior. Both will be back next year for a 5th year. So we'll be happy to see them back.
The near side corner, Senda Breeze cycled it down low where Wilninski steals it and wraps it all the way around to the far side. Wilninski now cannot cleanly stick it out, and it's sent the length of the ice by Josh McDonald. The race ensues and is won by Matt McKenna, so that will result in the game's first icing call with just over 19 minutes and 17 seconds, left in period 1.
Flyers slowly easing into this one here. Probably going to try and relish this moment with this all-senior line. Trying to get off to a good start.
Jack Rose won that faceoff for the Golden Eagles. He had 3 goals yesterday in their monumental win against the Flyers. He'll be another player to watch today. He now officially has 20 goals on the season through 21 games played, including that one yesterday. So the 6-foot righty will be someone to watch wearing the yellow jersey today. Wins the second faceoff in a row. Big point shot by Kip Humke. Somehow evaded the save from Christian Rohrer. And early here in period 1, the Golden Eagles have taken the lead.
And that's exactly something we saw yesterday, Logan, was the Golden Eagles scored in the first minute of the game. They got out to a real hot start, and it looks like, this is, again, what's going to be the case, and the Flyers are going to want to batten down the hatches early to try and stop the onslaught of the Golden Eagles.
Kip Humke having 1 goal yesterday as well. Takes his team to an early lead. We saw the Flyers yesterday struggle in periods 1 and 3. I know something they've struggled with all season has been that period number 2, and they played really well yesterday in that second frame, but we'd like to see him tighten up the play in the first and third as well. In his own zone, Chris Menninger will rifle it up the near side wall. It could not cleanly enter the Flyers zone, and the Golden Eagles are offside, so they have to clear. Far side, Stump trying to stick it ahead to Ethan Horman. Stump, another one, had a goal yesterday, played really well for the Lewis Flyers. One of the future stars of the Lewis hockey lineup is already having a good freshman year. 18:23 left to go in period 1. We're going to see a face-off in Marquette's end.
When we talk about, Logan Stump, he and newcomers, Ethan Ropaz in his 4th game now today, and Ethan Horman all doing a lot so far offensively for this Flyers team, specifically the Flyers offense, and they're going to look to build off of that in their games to come into next season.
Be another player to watch today, Logan Stump. As the Golden Eagles try and break it out, backhanded up the far side wall by Frank Shedak, but it could not make it over the Marquette line. In their end, Shasasi couldn't quite feed anyone in the neutral zone. It skittles all the way back behind the Flyers goal line. Near side, Johnson shovels it up the near side wall. It does squeak over the blue line, and that allows the Golden Eagles to bring it back in. Far side circle, Marquette sets it up. On the point, a big shot was blocked by Ricci, who was down on one knee. Fast break going back the other way. Here comes Brian Goot. He had a stick lifted, and Ernsting was 2 steps behind him and could not get there in time to get that puck in over the line. Flyers are offsides.
Brian just maybe didn't have the speed to get past his man there, and that one didn't end up working out, but a good show for the Lewis offense that they can put things like this together already.
Flyers not even having a shot on goal quite yet. I think Marquette only has 1 or 2, so not a whole lot of offense here in the first couple minutes of period number 1. The Flyers will have a chance now after that icing call.
And I think both teams here, Logan, so far have learned a lot about yesterday, and they both seem to be taking more of their time with the puck and not trying to rush through plays during this game.
Graham Robertson, graduate of Marmion Academy, won that faceoff up the near side. It goes. That shot on the point hit something out in front, deflected into the far side corner. Another point shot is saved by Rohrer. That was another strong point for the Marquette Golden Eagles yesterday. They had a lot of point shots, forcing Christian Rohrer to work through traffic to make a save. And I imagine we'll see a lot of that today as well. In the neutral zone, Caden Ulmer rifled the pass up to Selman, who touched it into the Golden Eagles' end, and it's played into the far side corner by Dan Ledger. Flyers force a turnover. Jack Selman snaps one on goal, and that goes right into Ledger's glove, and he holds on. 16:24 left to go in period one.
That's not too often that we see, shots from Selman throughout this season. He's got a few as the season's gone on, but it's something we like to see. Maybe the seniors are going to try some more here in one of their last games at home here, their last game at home.
It was supposed to be originally their last game of the season, but they scheduled a couple more. They've got Roosevelt next weekend, and then towards the end of February, they have NIU Huskies up at the Leaf Center in West Dundee. Excuse me, that's Kalen Sports now, I think, up in West Dundee. I don't know if you've ever been to that rink, but it was built by the same people who built this rink, so it's like walking in to like the Twilight Zone. It's like the same exact building, same exact floor plan.
Right.
So you almost are a little confused when you enter up at Kalen and West Dundee.
Maybe you get a little home rink feel.
You almost do. You almost do. On the far side, Marquette sets it up, and that shot hit a stick out in front and skittled into the near side corner. Brian Goot working the puck on the point, has a couple Marquette players on him. He's able to win that puck. Tried to shovel it up to Horman, but he could not handle it. 15:15 left to go in period one. Berger lost it on his own blue line, but the Flyers could not get anything going with it. Ricci in his own zone. We'll get it right back up the near side while Ricci ran into a big body check that time. And again, Golden Eagles playing physical here early. Chase Breslin works the puck into the Flyers zone. Has a couple players right on him. Breslin has it in the slot. He fan on a shot. Had a couple Flyers defensemen on him, as well as Christian Rohrer, who was coming way out of his crease to poke that puck away. Ethan Ropaz trying to scoop it up, and a whistle, and a penalty. Looks like the Golden Eagles will have to sit someone for two. Did not see what happened. Jack Rose will be the one sitting. I'm not sure. I don't know if you saw the signal, but
no.
Either way, Flyers will have a power play chance. They had a couple power plays yesterday, but really most of their special teams went to work on the penalty kill. We'll see if they can muster anything up. Logan Pickens leaves it back for Stumpool onto the zone with speed. Tries to stick handle right past Mason Smith and could not. And that results in the puck being fired all the way down.
And something early on in this game we're finding is the Flyers are, once they get to Marquette's blue line, struggling to quite get past that, either finding themselves offsides or they have to bring the puck back because somebody is over the line.
Logan Stump left it for Ricci on the point near side of Lagna. He tried to throw one on net, but it hit the stick out in front of Bennett Dufault, and that deflects up into the protective netting, causing another stoppage of play. Face-off in the Marquette end. Flyers still have 1:09 of power play time.
We'll see what the Flyers can put together for the rest of this this power play. They haven't been always successful at home with it. Getting another shot off there.
That was Brayden Ricci, snap one on goal again, forcing Dan Ledger to make a save. We saw Tucker Stepan, who played really well in that game yesterday for the Golden Eagles. But again, the Naperville native Dan Ledger getting the look today. Caden Nolmer fan on that pass, and that allows it to be lofted all the way out. And again, Marquette taking some more time off their penalty kill. 45 seconds left of power play time for the Flyers.
Flyers again really struggling to make their way still over that blue line with any success. Once again right there as I talk about it, Caden Ulmer trying to flick that one presumably off the glass and up into the net, just continuing those struggles to get into the offensive end of the ice.
Caden Omer, though, another one on the Lewis Flyers, having a great season. 21 games played, 3 goals, 8 points for Caden Omer, the Flyers sophomore. The near side corner, Ernsting trying to stick handle the middle, but had it poked away. The near side half wall, Goot will stick it away to Ernsting. Walks to the middle, and he tried a backhand shot. Puck rattled around, and Pickens could not get a stick on it. Backhanded down low by Morefoot. Behind the net, Ernsting has it taken away. And that's Curtis Bruin, who could not loft it out. Penalty over, 5-on-5 hockey. Into the zone is Soares. His shot went off the glass behind the net. Morefoot working hard in his own defensive zone. Will ring it all the way around near side. Brian Goot's there to receive. And his backhand pass across the ice will go far enough for an icing call. Gut's got to come back on the ice.
And talking about Tyler Morefoot, he's got a lot of hustle in this game so far, working his way up and down the ice seemingly with ease. He's been doing a lot so far. Kept the puck in, offensive end maybe about a minute ago.
Linesman showing right where that puck's going to drop. He pointed down on the ice, right there. That's where that puck's going. As it gets deflected back into Marquette's end, that allows the Flyers to commence a line change. Through the neutral zone is Sasaki. He's in on the far side. Will snap one on that. Pad save by Christian Rohrer. And it flew way up into the air and was trying to be baseball swung into the net by Bennett Default, but he was unsuccessful. Christian Rohrer stayed right with it. 11:38 left to go in period 1.
And, I will say the Flyers looking a lot more put together in this first period than they did yesterday. And that's something that, we can look forward to hopefully seeing the rest of this game.
The Flyers, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but maybe adjusting to the speed of the Golden Eagles after playing the Oshkosh Titans last week, where they went into a shootout both Friday and Saturday against the Titans. And again, Marquette fields a really strong hockey team, really fast. You got to adjust to that speed. Alagna slaps it all the way down. Out to play it is Ledger, negating the icing call. Stumpf was right there. Good thing Ledger came out to play it. In over the Marquette line was Ethan Berger, but they were offsides. Neutral zone faceoff coming up just in front of the Flyers fan section here at Camlin. 11:12 left to go in period 1.
Flyers, again, looking like they're putting something together. They had those games against Oshkosh. Those long, brutal games. Went through a full overtime and shootout in both games. 1-1, lost one. This Marquette team indeed is a lot faster.
Braden Ricci in his own zone. Tries to spear it on up to no avail, right to Chase Breslin. And he almost had it taken away by a forechecking Ethan Horman. Excuse me, that's Ropaz. Another one of the newcomers, just getting used to those new numbers out there. Behind the net, Chase Breslin works the puck to the near side. Turns away from a hit. Breslin had to dodge the freight train in Caden Ulmer that was coming right at him. Flyers now will work the puck up the near side wall. Selman had some contact on the point, and finally Ulmer's able to scoop it out. Marquette wasting no time getting it right back into the Flyers' end. On the near side, Ethan Berger. Turned it over to Ernsting, who dances away from a couple hit with speed up the near side wall as the Magic Man. Ernsting trying to go right through the chest that time, I think, of Jana. We got another penalty coming up here. Hooking is the call. And I believe the Flyers will be seeing their second power play of the game.
That they will. Flyers getting a little more physical here, and they nearly exact halfway mark through period number 1, and set an example of that there, catching Marquette out as Scotty Ernsting tried to file his way through 2.
Chase Breslin had 2 goals yesterday. He just took a penalty for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Another really strong player on the Golden Eagles roster in Chase Breslin. He's 11th in the NCHL Black Division in goals. So really knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. Not someone you want to see sitting in the penalty box. Alagna lofts one on goal. It went right in the breadbasket of Dan Ledger, but it hopped out momentarily. Not a problem at all for the Marquette netminder as he pounces on top of that one. 9:33 left to go in period 1.
And you know, if you see Chase Breslin in the box, if you're the Lewis Flyers, specifically Christian Rory's, you know, had a lot of moments in last game with him. You know, you're probably looking for it. Oh, I get a little bit maybe of a break.
Pickens with a shot, and that one's wide of the net. Comes careening to Ernsting on the point. He backs up to the middle, looking for a lane. His shot went right into the logo of Dan Ledger, who will hold on for another defensive zone face-off.
And Scotty Ernsting again, trying one. Flyers starting to heat up the offense a little bit on the power play with 1:16 left on it.
On the point, Stumpf will snap one on net, and he scores. Logan Stumpf on the power play will tie things up. What a goal for the Lewis Flyers.
And that's going to be his 2nd of the series. Had a snipe yesterday and another one again today. He's been absolutely on fire in this series against Marquette. He's got their number. Flyers going to look to take this opportunity to continue to keep the Flames going and try and see if they can get a lead out of this first period.
They didn't have too many power play opportunities yesterday, but they made the Golden Eagles pay in their second chance at it today. Tied up with just over 9 left to go in period 1. Flyers, as you said, are hot.
And we know what happens when the Flyers, start clicking. Things really start happening, like we saw yesterday in their second period. Usually the weaker of the 3 for the Flyers, but was their strongest yesterday. And so we know what happens when that train gets chugging.
On the near side, Ropaz will loft it on up. Right back the other way is Bennett Dufault. He's in over the Flyer line. His Ropaz all over him. He left it off for Sasaki. He gets it back on the half wall. Sasaki walks in, and he tried one, but it hit traffic out in front. And we'll skittle on back to him on the far side. Sasaki kind of just threw one on goal, and it will bounce on over to Christian Rohrer, who will hold on. 8:24 left to go in period 1. We're all tied up at 1 goal aside.
And that one was kind of rattling around in there for Christian Rohrer, kind of trying to struggle to get that one under wraps. He did indeed, and then, we'll find ourselves at the face-off dot here to his left-hand side.
Moving in to take it, Alex Fronte, another member of the Lewis Flyers team who did not start the year with the Flyers. Member of the Lewis Flyers golf team, actually, and they were still in season, but was lucky enough to join the Flyers lineup after the golf season had concluded. Walensky in the neutral zone, left it off for Stumpf, who was looking back for it and was not prepared for that drop pass. Morefoot shovels it over to Walensky, who again was turning around when not prepared for the pass. Maione works it in the Flyer zone, trying to snap one on net, went off the left skate of Morefoot, careening around the net. On the far side, Stumpf could not work it out. Away come the Golden Eagles. Down behind the net, centering pass. And the cycle commences. Here's Jack Rose with speed, working around the net. Has a couple Flyers players on him. Again, Jack Rose having a hat trick yesterday for the Marquette Golden Eagles. As that one gets deflected down to Ledger, allowing the Flyers to commence a line change. In his own zone, Alagna could not hit Pickens with the pass. Back and forth we go. Here's Ethan Berger into the Flyers zone. Had his stick tied up out in front of the net. I believe that was Caden Peter who had that defensive play, and that was a really good defensive play by Caden Peter, in fact, and prevented a scoring chance. Jack Rose up to Breslin. He skates it across the width of the ice. Chase Breslin lost it in his feet, still has it, working hard in the offensive zone. Breslin tried a spin around pass, but it got left for Berger in the point. Here on the point now is Humke, near side, snaps one on goal, and that rebound was corralled by Ernsting, who's able to loft it out. In his own zone, Kip Humke will send it around his own net. Lone goal scorer for the Golden Eagles thus far. On the half wall, Caden Omer tried a centering pass, but it could not be gloved down by Ethan Horman. He will get it back. Horman in the offensive zone. Leaves it up to the point. Ricci had it poked away, but somehow Ricci was able to recover and handle it. Horman now in the offensive zone, working hard. Trying a centering pass. Pass careens up to Ricci. Had it poked away. With speed the other way is Chase Breslin. He works the puck in. Stick handles and a big save by Christian Rohr on the breakaway. Chase Breslin, not someone you want going in all alone. Not a problem at all for the Flyers netminder. 5:23 left to go in period one.
And we talked about Caden Peter earlier. Mentioned him a little bit ago. Coming up really big defensively in this game already. Came up big yesterday's game. A lot of physicality from him. Something that, you know, we've been able to see as the season has gone on, and it's really been shining here in these last two games.
We'll look for that to continue as McDonald works the puck in over the Golden Eagle line. Tried a centering pass, and Ropaz was tied up, so he couldn't get a stick on it. Coming back the other way is James Gorman. Had one goal yesterday. Gorman working the puck in. Had it poked into the near side corner. On the far side now. Source sent it around the net. Curtis Bruin was able to keep it in for the Golden Eagles. Working hard is Ryan. He tried a centering pass. And now on the point, again, Marquette trying a shot, hit something out in front. Bruin on the near side half wall. To the point it goes. Walks, shoots, fires, and a block out in front by, I believe, one of the members of the Lewis Flyers. Here's Fronte. Teammates are making a line change in by himself. Will just throw one on goal. And the puck will be eventually covered up there by Dan Ledger after, I think, some confusion. 4:18 left to go in period one.
Yeah, I don't think he quite got a hold of that one, Daniel Ledger, at first. And from that shot, I don't think he was quite expecting that one. You know, it kind of came as a surprise, and a great shot from Fronte.
Pile up on the far side half wall. Along comes Ernsting, who got it over to the near side where Horman could not control. Marquette now looking to start their breakout. Here's Scotty Ernsting. Once again, rev up the Jets with speed through the neutral zone is Ernsting. Works the puck in over the Marquette line, had some support in Goot, but the Flyers couldn't get anything going. Ernsting forced a turnover by himself at the slot. Ernsting couldn't get a stick on the shot. Again, Flyers playing really well in the second half of this first period. 3.5 left to go. Golden Eagles looking to respond to that most recent goal from the Lewis Flyers. Frank Shedak will throw one on goal, and again, blockered aside by Rohrer. John Source forced to scoop it into the Flyers' end. Right back the other way was Wilninski, but he had it poked away. Now Alagna will have a chance at it. battling through a couple sticks and is almost put right into the Marquette bench there, but was able to get that puck down low. Coming back the other way, here's Robertson. He had it sticked away with an excellent defensive play by Ben Alagna, who was falling down to prevent that chance. Behind the net, the Golden Eagles work the puck. Maione will throw one on goal. Again, saved by Rohrer. And he decides to hold on. 2:31 left to go in period one.
Flyers really starting to get a grasp on things, you could say, in the last few minutes of this period. First period has looked really strong for them, though, scoring a goal. Only one against them so far in this game. And a lot of offense for them, too. And it's strong offense. Great chances for them throughout this period.
I think if you're the Lewis Flyers, you want to either A, go into this first intermission tied, or B, try and get a late period tally. You do not want to be down going into the first intermission. And based on how the Flyers are playing right now, I imagine that hopefully one of those things will be the case. On the far side, worked up the far side wall by Chase Breslin, who will scoop it in. Jack Rose back to Breslin, and he had it poked away. Braden Robertson with speed over the Marquette line, throws one on goal as he crossed over. And an excellent offensive play that time from the Flyers defenseman.
Not something we normally see from the 55 man. It's always nice to see the D-man going and alone and take a shot.
Caledonia, Michigan native, doing what he can to contribute on both sides of the puck. Morefoot tried a backhand shot, deflected over to Walninski, who continues it around the net. Stump has to be careful, had a speedy James Gorman right on him, but not going to matter very much as it gets thrown all the way back in the Flyers' end for an icing call. Minute 22 left to go in period one. We're all tied up, one goal aside.
In all parts of this Flyers team really working together here. A lot of clicking going on. And like you said, we're going to be looking to go in either up or tied at the end of this first period. That's the best way the Flyers can go.
Goot controlled momentarily off the faceoff, but Meininger swooped in. Back the other way are the Golden Eagles. Mac Ryan battling with Morefoot behind the net. Morefoot came away with it. The Flyers now will slow it down a little bit. 60 seconds left in period one. Here's Ernsting. On his own blue line will sashay through the neutral zone and loft it in. Catawampus to the far side. On the near side wall is Mac Ryan again. Had it turned over and a shot from Horman in the slot. Had to be kind of dangerously handled by Dan Ledger. And again, Ethan Horman working hard in the offensive zone.
Seemed like he kind of had a struggle to get a handle on that puck. It was rattling around a little bit, so props to him getting the shot off, and that's a great look for him.
Ernsting lost that face-off. It's sent all the way around the net by Curtis Bruin. Here's Brian Goot. Chips and chases into the offensive zone. Goot had it, and his centering pass went off the skate of Sawyer Lichtensteiger. And that allows Marquette to bring it back the other way. 25 seconds left to go. Here's Jack Rose will throw one on goal, and it's poked into the corner by Alagna. Fresh off the bench is Ulmer. He goes rink wide to Josh McDonald, who works the puck in over the Marquette line and will throw one on goal. And that's soaked up by Dan Ledger again. And the Flyers will have an offensive zone faceoff with 11 seconds left to go in period one.
We'll see what they can put together here. Flyers have had some success scoring nearly off of a face-off before, so see if they can try to put something together with 10 seconds left.
Ulmer lost that one, so probably won't have very much going for the Flyers here as that one gets sent the length of the ice. And actually, they'll have one more try at it with 3.2 left to go after that icing call.
See if they can try and get one here in the last 3 seconds of this period. You never know. Hockey is a mysterious sport at times.
They will pull the goalie extra attacker for the Flyers. 3.2 left to go. Hernsing moves in to take the faceoff to the left of Dan Ledger. Puck sat there momentarily, cannot be corralled by Dan Johnson. And it will be sent the length of the ice into the open net, but did not fully cross the goal line before that horn went, so that's not going to count. Much better start for the Lewis Flyers today.
I would say, yeah, the Flyers putting together a great period. Number one, holding the Golden Eagles to 1 goal, and the Flyers get a goal of their own in the form of Stumpf himself, who got a goal yesterday. Flyers really putting things together, Logan, and we'll see what they can do when we come back in the second period.
Yeah, if they can play the second they played yesterday, I think they'll be just fine. We'll see that second period in about 13 minutes. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network.
I don't know, I like to have everything perfect, even though it's hard to make it that way. So I'm gonna be messing with these cameras like crazy the next hour. It's about 3.5 hours to get lower thirds for our guests and anchors, B-roll. But if you notice here too, we have kind of 2 different sets we're working with today. This is our normal anchor desk over there, and then we'll have Allie, one of our anchors, interview our guest Angie today. There you are. You have your mic?
Yes, I am mic'd.
All right. You are mic'd or you have it? Oh, perfect.
Exams. They might have.
See that right there? That is perfect. Fantastic levels right there. We got 2 minutes, so we're just gonna go back up to the top of the script. Are there mics down? 15 seconds. Play it. Ready on both their mics, 2 and 3. Take them.
Good evening. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Focuses on recycling and redistributing chemicals are the black.
It's always important to know too how long each clip is. So it's like 45.
Worse against people who weren't a threat of law to enforcement. The investigation is ongoing. Up
Both
next,
mics.
we will have your local news. We'll be right back.
Play it. Is it playing?
Should be.
All right, mics down.
Mics are down.
All right.
Think.
Oh, the first one, we're only going to have a minute. The first one didn't play, so I'll tell them. Ready on Allie's mic. And take it.
The mayor floor leader of Chicago.
Go ahead, Bridget. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you caught me.
Following a disturbance that ensued. Up next, we will have your Lewis Spotlight. Then we will have your Lewis Sports Update. Stay with us.
Play it. Mics down. Yeah, just where you were before. Make sure both of you guys are framed up right. Yeah, you're right there. You can just stay.
I am Citlali Romo. And I'm Allison Lankwitz. Have a great night.
Play it. Mics down. All right. You guys are clear. I thought it went pretty well. I know we had a lot of issues beforehand, and it was kind of chaotic. But I mean, overall, I thought it went fine. The anchors did a good job. I did an all right job. But it looked good, though. So hopefully, everyone go check it out on the YouTube channel. Got to shout it out.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted.
You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
From Oak Point, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a commuter student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am Sidney Butler, also known as King Kwan, and I am proud to be a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an international student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from St. Augustine, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an aviation maintenance major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a first-year student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am a general construction pre-apprentice, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an undergraduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a transfer student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a fully online student. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from Homer Glen, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am an international graduate student from China. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a women's basketball player, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
My name is William Jones. I'm glad to be a flyer for Lewis University.
I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a graduate student at Oak Brook campus, and we are Flyers.
I'm from Chicago, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a track and field athlete, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am from Brazil, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a biology and chemistry major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers. We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers. We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
My name is Grace Duflon. I am a double major in public relations and advertising, as well as organizational communication, and I am from Delafield, Wisconsin. I was searching for a major for almost 2 years, and I'm very glad that I chose public relations because I do really enjoy talking with others, being creative, writing, designing, and all of those elements are incorporated in the major. My Lewis experience has been very hands-on. There was one class in particular, our public relations writing class, where we got to work with ESEO Community Development Services, and they work to revitalize neighborhoods and work with underserved communities. And this was a full semester project where we were able to create lots of public relations and advertising materials, and we also got to work on our client services skills because we met with the owner on a weekly basis. This project gave us great real-life experience and also helped me realize that I do love the client services aspect of public relations, and I would love to do that in my career someday.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor.
How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You are organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
I'm Allison Lankwitz, and my majors are psychology and radio, television broadcasting. My junior year, I realized that I had enough credits to pursue a minor, and it was recommended that I do radio, television broadcasting just because I had discussed what I like to do with my counselor. I realized really quickly that it was something that I wanted to do full time. I got to take advantage of having my own radio show here through WLRA, and I realized I loved talking with people. I loved communicating with people, not just studying them like in psych, but actually having conversations and being on air. And that's when I realized you can take whatever you're passionate about in your life and turn it into your living. My Lewis experience has been very impactful. I think I've grown to become more confident, and I think I've realized the ways that I was created by God, and now I'm able to change the world.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfies.
Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Lewis University is full of devoted students ready to take the first step into their future. A group of hard-working and devoted students using the tools and resources provided and the experiences and opportunities gifted to them to identify their passion and explore their purpose, working endlessly to find their true calling.
Welcome back to Lewis Flyers hockey here on Lewis University's television network. Matt Carlson here with Logan Kapp. We've traded off play-by-play color commentary, so Logan can try and recover his voice just a little bit. But 1-1 after the first period. Flyers coming out strong. Thoughts on the first period, Logan?
I mean, as we said right at the end there, it was a much better first period today than it was yesterday. And if we can see a second period like we saw yesterday, I honestly think the Flyers can walk away in the next 20 minutes of hockey with a winning on the scoreboard. So I imagine the Marquette Golden Eagles will come out of this first intermission with a decent amount of energy after, I'm sure, getting a stern talking to from their head coach, Paul Weigel. So hopefully, for the Flyers' sake anyway, they will be in a much better position after these next 20 minutes.
And is that one's one off the draw by the Golden Eagles and flicked all the way back around behind Christian Rohrer's net, and the Golden Eagles will take possession of the puck here early in the second period. And a shot comes off, and a big save by Christian Rohrer as he lays out completely there for that one early on. Golden Eagles trying to go a little copycat with their first period and trying to score early, but Christian Rohrer on top of that one.
I think there's a couple Golden Eagles on the ice who thought that one went in the back of the net, but referee standing there in perfect position to see that one, and no goal was waved. So I think that net just got kicked off by Christian Rohrer, who was in the process of making that save.
That one's one off the draw by the Lewis Flyers, who will retain possession with Tyler Morefoot here. He's trying to bring it up the far corner side of the ice. Johnson with it, flicking it off the glass. And that one's going to rattle all the way back to the opposite end of the ice. Battling for it up against the boards was Jake Wilninski. And the puck comes back again with Alagna. Over to Caden Peter, trying to get that one over his blue line. And the puck lost again through the neutral zone by the Flyers, something they were struggling with in the game yesterday. Golden Eagles with it now. Tried a shot, that one pops up, and Christian Rohrer is going to catch that one like a pop fly. And that one's going to be an easy save for him.
Christian Rohrer doing a good job staying right with that one. Was not rattled after that early goal in period number one. Had a clean sheet after that, so that final 19 minutes in period number one were pretty good for the Flyers goaltender, so he'll look to continue that here in period number two.
And the Flyers win the draw. It's with Scotty Ernsting. He's got a goal. Or, sorry, he does not have a goal in this one today. Looking for a goal in this one today. Battling for it here is Ethan Horman. Now it's back with Caden Peter in the neutral zone. Flyers trying to make something happen. And down he goes. A hit by Christopher Menninger. Flyers still with possession in the Marquette end of the ice. Ethan Horman getting battered up against the boards. Scotty Ernsting with it. Brian Gutt takes a shot, and that one's going to be covered up by Daniel Ledger of the Golden Eagles.
Christopher Menninger, big man back there, 6'5", 207 pounds. That's a lot of body working against Ethan Horman right there behind the net. You saw who won that battle.
Ethan Horman's got a lot of guts, you know. He's really willing to throw his body around. And that's exactly what we love to see, as the Golden Eagles are going to take this one, carrying it with speed. Here comes James Gorman, and that puck's going to find its way loose and back into the possession of the Flyers with Selman, as Gorman takes it right back, and a pass to the middle, unsuccessful. Logan Pickens now passing it off to Caden Ulmer, and that one's going to be fired into the right-hand corner of Ledger's net, and Golden Eagles coming back with it now. A pass again to the middle, potentially not hit his mark, and the Flyers will struggle to get it past their own blue line as the Golden Eagles come back with it in the form of Matt Ryan. And a shot tried there, and a goal by the Marquette Golden Eagles. That was number 5, Curtis Bruin. That one's going to give Marquette a 1-goal lead here, 2-1, 17:05 left in the second period.
Curtis Bruin with his first ACHA goal right there, in perfect position at the top of the crease. Christian Rohrer couldn't handle that rebound. And again, Curtis Bruin in perfect position. The former Chesterfield Falcon. Playing Central States hockey before going to Marquette. And we just saw his first college hockey goal. So good for Curtis Bruin, excuse me.
Two guys.
And the Marquette Golden Eagles are up by 1.
Taylor Morefoot battling forward in the near right corner. Still going at it. And the Flyers are going to come out with it. Here's Ethan Ropaz, the newcomer, with Ethan Horman trying the pass. Couldn't make it work. Ethan to Ethan, that connection is going to have to be worked on. The Golden Eagles are going to come back the other way. And James Gorman again couldn't make that one happen, but the Golden Eagles will retain possession in Lewis's end of the ice. And a shot tried, potentially deflected out in front. That one was a no-go. Golden Eagles still with it. A shot tried, blocked by traffic out in front. Johnson and Horman. And the puck just staying within. And now rattles out behind the neutral zone, taking it all the way back are the Golden Eagles. Coming back through the neutral zone. Trying another shot, blocked out in front by Alex Fronte of Orange County, California. Trying to retain possession, coming up with it now. Ropaz with it, loses it in the neutral zone. Flyers back with Alex Fronte. He's gonna fire that one, patted away by Daniel Ledger.
Excellent shift there for Ethan Ropaz.
Excellent shift indeed. A lot of hard work for him going on. Fronte firing that one again. Ledger's out to get it behind his own net. Golden Eagles struggling now potentially. A shot just wide on the ice. Braden Ritchie back with it. Loses the puck. And that was a potentially dangerous situation. Alagna had the wheels to get there. And here come the Flyers coming back the other way. Now with the goal, Logan Stump passing it off to Welninski. Welninski tries a shot. And that one's going to be saved by Marquette goalie Daniel Ledger. A little look there for Welninski.
A really sharp angle shot. I mean, you're not having a lot of net to look at. He was about the bottom of the circle, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I mean, Tucker Stepan at that angle coming out to the top of the crease to make that stop, and really not a whole lot of net for Welninski to look at.
I believe that's Daniel Ledger in net, number 88.
Yeah. Tucker Stepan was yesterday.
Yes. But a good shot nonetheless. Probably tried hitting him 5-hole. McDonald had the puck, lost it, went to Morefoot. And the Flyers will get possession back once again. That pass not successful. The Golden Eagles trying a shot, and that one's going to be blocked and up into the net. A good save, heads up save by Christian Rohr, and we'll see a face-off in the Flyers' defensive end of the ice.
Flyers in scramble mode right there, honestly, after a sloppy turnover by Dan Johnson. I don't even think Christian Rohr had to make the save, but they had about 3 defensemen who were diving in front of the crease, and I think it got deflected before it even got to Christian Rohr, so Flyers did an excellent job there to recover after that turnover.
Indeed, and the Golden Eagles back with it after the Flyers lose it. Braden Ritchie fighting for it. Scotty Ernsting trying to get in there. And Golden Eagles just having all the time of day with this puck. It's with Ethan Berger. Now back in Flyers possession. Trying to make their way through the neutral zone, and the puck's going to rattle all the way back. Logan Pickens after it. Battling for it, and a shot saved by Ledger. Ernsting with it now, looking to set it up. Couldn't quite get there. Chase Breslin couldn't get a handle on it. Chase Breslin in all alone. He's gonna find some guff from Gut. And
excellent back check there from the Flyers captain.
That's exactly what we need to see from him. Gut getting in there, using that body the way we know he can. Saving a huge opportunity, a good effort there by Gut. Unfortunately, not something we want to see, the puck getting away. Breslin nearly in all alone, and we know from yesterday exactly what he can do with that stick of his.
It was really a couple good defensive plays there from the Lewis Flyers. On the blue line, Ben Alagna stepping up for some big physical contact before the Golden Eagles even got out of the zone. But again, somehow Breslin was in by himself, and Flyers captain Brian Goot working hard on the back check. That's what you like to see from him.
And off that face-off, Golden Eagles won it. Mac Ryan, number 12, Mac Ryan trying a shot there from St. Louis, Missouri. as we set up for the draw here to Roar's left-hand side. Pressed up against the boards now is Tyler Morefoot. Still battling for it, and the Flyers will come out victorious, and that one's going to be flicked all the way down by Alex Fronte. Ledger out to get it once again. Stumpf with it, keeping it in the zone, and that one's going to rattle through for Welninski. Couldn't quite get it off. And now the Flyers trying to put the pressure on. Morefoot getting in there. Playing a game today.
Excellent activation there from Tyler Morefoot to apply that pressure, pinch in, and keep possession of the puck for the Flyers.
It's really starting to become mobile in this game as the Golden Eagles now get possession back deep into the Flyers' end of the ice. Johnson trying to flick that one up. Hey, and that was a fan right there, and that one wasn't going to go. Flyers changing some men on the ice. Ernsting back out there. Pickens pressuring, and it's going to be dumped in behind Christian Roar's net. Benelagna there to get it. Pickens switching sides of the ice to Brian Gutt. Slipping and sliding in the middle of the net, or middle of the ice there, and a shot close in by Scotty Ernsting. Just tried to get it on net. A good play there, right into the pads of Daniel Ledger.
The defenseman for Marquette fell down, and Alagna was going in, and I think Goot was looking for him in the middle, but again, the magic man, Scotty Ernsting, floating in, was the late man, was able to pick up the loose change in the slot and get that high-quality scoring chance on that last one.
Pickens comes in. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Here's Brian Gutt trying to find the pass to Scotty Ernsting. Couldn't make it happen. And Scotty Ernsting's going to try and fight for that one as the Golden Eagles get possession through the neutral zone here.
Too much on that one, I think. Brian Gutt's got to just shoot that puck, even though that was a clean puck pickup by the magic man, Scotty Ernsting, on the far side.
Caden Peter picking it up now. Coming up the near side is McDonald, senior McDonald, graduating at the end of this season. And a big hit up against the boards there. Ropas feeling it. An induction to the ACHA there for you. Brayton Robertson getting tangled up in there. Ropas coming back. Give him a taste of his own medicine up against the boards. Is Ropas, and we got a whistle blown. This looks like it's going to be called against the Lewis Flyers. What do we got, Logan?
Cross-checking is the call. The referee in the far side corner made it. To me, it almost looked like Ropas tied his guy up. I believe that was Joey Maione, who he was having some contact with on the near side hash marks, but Ropas almost looked like he tied up his hands and he rode him into the boards.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily saw extension of the arms with the cross-check. Obviously, it doesn't matter what I think. The man wearing the orange armbands has the final say, so the Flyers will sit for 2, and we'll see a power play opportunity for the Golden Eagles.
You are our professional referee up here in the booth, though, Logan, so if your word means anything.
It does not. It does not.
And Golden Eagles will find possession here on the power play with 10:22 left in the period. And they'll try to set something up here to try and make a gap in the lead here. And that one's going to be gobbled up by Christian Rohr.
They got deflected out in front. Braden Ricci stuck his left skate out, went right off his, and so it was kind of a knuckle puck when it got to Christian Rohr, but doing an excellent job being down in the butterfly, in perfect position to make that save. Keeping his team in this hockey game with just over 10 left to go in period 2.
So back with Chase Breslin, who's going to try a shot, and that one's going to get mashed out in front and trickle away. It's back with Breslin. Finding it here with Jack Rose. Back to Breslin. Breslin and Jack Rose, 2 high-profile players from the Golden Eagles. Couldn't quite clear that puck, the Flyers. And that one just deflected away out in front. A shot from Chase Breslin. With it now are the Golden Eagles. Jack Rose trying to find somebody. Christopher Menninger out there. Back with Jack Rose. Flyers trying to box Marquette out, something that they've been working on, and that one's going to clear all the way down from Alex Fronte. Some tired legs out there for the Lewis Flyers as they try to change out. Another clear all the way down, and finally Fronte can get himself off the ice in exchange for Warner. Golden Eagles coming in with speed. This is James Gorman all the way through from one end of the ice to the other. Couldn't make anything happen with it. He's still with the puck, passing it away now to Chase Breslin. Trying to pass it around here. Wide out, open ice, trying to get in close, and the Flyers still succeeding in boxing out this Golden Eagles power play, and the penalty is over. And here comes Logan Pickens to replace Ropaz. And we're now back to 5-on-5 hockey. Flyers with a successful penalty kill, something they've been able to do in this season so far. Chase Breslin trying to dangle his way through, couldn't quite make it happen. It's back with Joey Maione in the corner, battling it out with Caden Peter and Tyler Morefoot. Morefoot tangling up against the boards, and that one's going to be out in front. Not enough. Scotty Ernsting with wheels coming all the way through, trying to find his way, and he couldn't quite make it happen. And the Golden Eagles are going to get the puck back. Robertson finding it out in the neutral zone, getting it back to Logan Pickens, back in the Flyers' possession. A loose pass. Scotty Ernsting finds it and dishes it back in. Ledger out to get it. The goalkeeper for the Golden Eagles. A pass to the middle, couldn't quite find him. Robertson with a shot deflected out in front. Looked by Robertson, and he's going to get down in the pencil, and he's going to find that one. That almost slipped in. Couldn't quite get it.
Saw it sitting there between the legs of Dan Ledger. Best scoring chance of the period for Lewis Flyers right there after a really solid penalty kill. Coming back on the other side, maybe feeling that momentum increase. Magic Man Scotty Ernsting had a couple chances.
And about now in the second period in yesterday's game is when the Flyers are really starting to feel themselves in the second period as Fronte lines up for the draw and wins it here. Robertson with it at the point, trying to get it to Stumpf. Flyers still with possession. Fronte going to dish it behind. And pressuring still are the Flyers, and that shot's going to be tried by Wilninski, and it's going to be high. Robertson going in for it, getting pressed up against the boards, and he's going to come off holding his arm. Still pressuring is Wilninski.
He's having a great game today. He's a player to watch the rest of the game.
And the whistle's going to be blown. We're going to have a fight on the left-hand side. Not sure what happened here. The refs are going to have to get in there and try and stop this one.
Wilninski was taking some big contact there on the far side corner and was tangled up. That might be Sawyer Lichtensteiger. Can't quite see who it is, but either way, Wilninski still exchanging pleasantries on the way to the penalty box. Not a great penalty if you're Jake Wilninski. I was just started to say as that brouhaha was taking place that Jake Wilninski's looking really good today. You can feel like he's got a little bit of extra fire in his step on senior day today, and really has had a couple of quality scoring chances, and unfortunately now he'll be sitting. Not sure what calls will be made. We'll have to wait to see what the final decision will be, but again, not a great penalty for Wilninski to take, but hopefully it will be just offsetting penalties.
And we'll see what the call is here from the official. And knowing Wilninski personally, he definitely can take some things to heart, and whatever words were exchanged out there, definitely did not take that too well.
Looks like the Flyers will have some sort of a power play after this. 2 minutes on the board for Jake Wolninski. 4 minutes on the other side. Marquette Golden Eagles head coach in conversation with referee Dan Rack down in front of the bench, and Golden Eagles don't look too satisfied with that call. I mean, not really sure what the initial call was, but either way, 4 minutes to the Golden Eagles, 2 minutes to the Flyers. They will have 2 minutes of power play time at some point once the referees figure out how this is going to all go down.
Jen Swoyer shouting commands at his players on the bench, taking the helm of his team. Same, let's try and prepare for this.
It should be 4-on-4. As what, in my professional opinion, they got rid of offsetting penalties in youth hockey, USA Hockey, with what a lot of people are familiar with coming to play in the ACHA. The ACHA uses the NCAA rule book, and that's a lot similar to the NHL.
Right.
So if you have two guys getting penalties on either side, it will be 4-on-4. What looks like is going to happen is the Flyers will have a 5-on-4, but if this whole 2 minutes runs out without Marquette having an extra guy in the box, they'll still have to play shorthanded until the next whistle.
And that shot is going to go blocker save up into the net. But yeah, very interesting what we have here. Flyers are going to potentially have quite the advantage for a while left in this period, and it's something they're going to want to try and take advantage of here as we get going in this game, and that's going to be cleared all the way back down. Christian Rohrer out of his net to grab that one.
Yeah, something's not jiving here with what, I don't know, because at this point, Flyers will have a two-minute power play, but then I don't know what happens at 2 minutes, because technically the Marquette players should not be able to come out of the box.
Right, and we get now looking like going to be a tripping call here on the Lewis Flyers. That won't last very long. Things starting to get a little wonky here. We'll see what happens now. That's going to be Brian Gutt.
So what I just said was accurate. So it looks like Marquette is going to put a second player in the box to serve that extra penalty that can come out at the conclusion of that first 2 minute power play. And so now we're in a really weird situation. It'll be 4-on-4. I think there's just too many penalties up on the board. Brian Gutt will have to sit for 2 no matter what. And if Marquette does not put another player in before the expiration of that penalty, then they'll have to continue playing shorthanded until the next whistle.
Right.
Hopefully I described that accurately enough.
You are our trusted expert up here. As we get back into play, Ledger out to play that one. Fronte trying to pressure. Omer battling up against the boards for that one as the Golden Eagles will get possession back here with Matt McKenna. Falling down to the ice there. And the Golden Eagles with Chase Breslin will look to try and take this one back. Caden Omer looking to try and hem down. Not going to do that to Chase Breslin. Here's Matt McKenna firing a shot just wide. And that one's not going to go. Olagna back to go get it. He's going to switch it around the other way to Omer.
20 seconds left on this penalty. We'll keep an eye to see what happens. But he should have to stay in the box until the next whistle.
We will indeed see what happens. Some confusing moments here in terms of penalties. We'll see what happens. That one's going to fly just high of Christian Rohrer. 2 seconds left, and the end of the first penalty is over. And nothing has changed in terms of men on the ice. And here comes Welninski now back out onto the ice.
Okay, that's not accurate. That is not what should have happened right there.
And some more confusion here from both benches.
So Welninski should have had to stay in the box again until the next whistle. So It's very kind of a weird situation. So Walensky's penalty expired. So he would have had to stay in there until the next whistle as well. But Marquette did not put another player in, so no one came out for Marquette, which is what happened. So that was an incorrect substitution when Walensky came on the ice. That's what caused that whistle. So now I think what the discussion is with the Marquette coach is that he is not understanding what just happened. As I'm trying to explain this very complex situation,
right?
It is hard to understand. So essentially what should happen now is the Marquette players will have to stay in the box for the next minute 45.
Right.
But they won't have to substitute anybody, right? Because that substitution came out of the box, or should have. So the Marquette should have 5 skaters on the ice. The Flyers will have 4 because they still have a penalty. That's what should be going on right now, if I understand the situation correctly, and I may very well not be.
And it looks like we're going to get a 4-on-4 on the ice here. A minute 46 left to go for Marquette's penalty. Brian Gett's going to sit for 27 more seconds now as we get back underway here, and Logan Stump's going to try and take this play from behind his own net. He's going to get over to Logan Pickens. A pass through the neutral zone to Ethan Horman. Horman's going to try and get this one by the boards. He's going to retain possession, and he's going to dish this one behind the goal. And sitting out in front, a pass from Pickens intended for Horman. That one's not going to go. Flyers retain possession here in the neutral zone. Stumpf with it now, taking it over the blue line, trying to get his way through. Ernsting with it here on his backhand. Couldn't make anything happen. Still with it is Ernsting, trying a shot or a pass, didn't get through. Stumpf with it, Pickens with it now, trying a shot. It's out in front, and a save by Daniel Leisure. That one was another high-quality scoring opportunity for the Lewis Flyers once again.
And it appears that they are on the power play now that Brian Goot's penalty has expired. So Flyers working well on the power play, have had a lot of good scoring chances throughout the course of this hockey game. It'd be huge. They've got 58 seconds left that they can score a power play goal, tie this game up with under 4 minutes left to go.
And the Flyers are going to win off the draw there. It's with Stumpf now. Pass from Pickens back to Stumpf, back to Pickens now. He's going to have it, hold it out at the point. Little pass from Ernst to Ernsting. He's going to try that shot. It's going to be another high-quality scoring opportunity. Where did the puck go? And it's rattled out behind the back of the net. The whistle is going to be blown. And some rustle-tussle there as Ethan Horman goes down to the ice.
He's working hard in the top of the crease, right in the slot, trying to take away the eyes of Dan Ledger in net for the Golden Eagles. That's right where Ethan Horman needs to be. He's working hard, getting gritty, get those greasy goals. He's trying to do everything he can to score on this power play. 37 more seconds left for the Flyers power play.
And the Flyers are going to win it again off the draw there with Scotty Ernsting, who has possession again here. He's looking out in front for Pickens, who couldn't quite get it to stick to his tape. And he's going to have to bring it out, and they're going to have to try again. Scotty Ernsting with it here. And a close-in shot. It's going to rattle, and the net is going to come off of its moorings once again. Refs coming in to try and stop any potential physicality between the two teams that happened already once before. And a whistle blown. We're going to get another face-off here. Looking like on the left-hand side now of Daniel Leisure. Scotty Ernsting was trying to line up on the right.
Ernsting with the stuff attempts. Sawyer Lichtensteiger was having none of that. Ernsting tried to skate right through the crease, and Lichtensteiger put him right on top of Dan Ledger.
Flyers doing a great job keeping the puck in the offensive end of the ice here. Ernsting with it, a pass out to Stumpf, who's got a goal in this one, and that shot's going to go all the way up to the rafters and out of play. We're going to get another whistle blown here. 5 seconds left on the power play for the Lewis Flyers. They're going to line up for the draw here.
Brian Goot, Flyers captain, with his head hung low after that power play. I really don't think you have anything to be upset about. That was a really, really strong power play for the Flyers, and they're going to take away a lot of momentum after the conclusion of that one.
And the penalty for the Golden Eagles will be over. Successful penalty kill in some fashion for the Golden Eagles. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Pressuring there is the California native Alex Fronte, as the puck will be held up against the boards and now released. In the neutral zone with it is Benalagna. Couldn't quite get that pass off. Now it's with Jack Rose. And that puck's going to find its way into the Lewis defensive end of the ice. It's out at the point, and a shot tried, blocked out in front by traffic. Matt McKenna couldn't get that one to go, and it's back with the Flyers. Here comes Alex Fronte on his own with two Marquette defenders, and he's going to dish that one back in for a line change. McDonald pressuring. Here comes Jack Rose with it. Couldn't quite get all the way through. He's going to get tangled up with Braden Ritchie and McDonald. Flyers with it here. Through the neutral zone, that pass couldn't land. Intended for Ethan Horman. Back with it here is the Golden Eagles. Number 9, Chase Breslin, trying to weasel his way through. And it's going to go back into the Flyers' hands. Not for long. Golden Eagles going to take possession of that, and a shot tried. Going to go high and to the right of Christian Rohrer. And the Golden Eagles are going to get possession back. They're trying to pass to the middle, and that one's not going to go. A shot not going to go. Traffic out in front. Jack Rose can't make anything work. Another shot going to be blocked out in front. Flyers doing a great job containing Jack Rose, who's a high point scorer, and the Flyers are going to go. Ropaz with it, couldn't quite get a handle on it in the offensive end of the ice. Ropaz going to go down.
Excellent defensive shift there for Benalagna. Made a couple plays, had laid his stick flat on the ice to block the pass, had a couple shot blocks there.
And Scotty Ernsting with it behind the net of Daniel Ledger. Flyers with it, Ritchie at the point. Pass to Scotty Ernsting, didn't work out. Shot out in front, deflected. Pickens battling for it with Flyers possession, and a shot from Scotty Ernsting up close. Couldn't make it happen. Robertson slipping. He keeps it in, a miraculous stick, but it will end up going offsides anyway. And Braden Ritchie to Pickens. He's going to try and fire that one up, but it's going to get stuck, and looks like it may have gotten dumped into the bench. Whistle blown. Flyers still fighting with 4 seconds left to go here.
Really another great second period for the Lewis Flyers. I don't even know. That might have even been better than the first. I mean, they had a long power play opportunity where are just peppering Dan Ledger with shots, and it's only a matter of time before they can score, and I think they're taking a lot of positives out of this second period.
Right, and that's going to be the conclusion of the second period here, Lewis Flyers hockey. The Flyers coming out strong in that second period, looking better all around. The only thing they weren't able to do was score. They're going to end this period down by 1 in a much better position than they were yesterday, ending the second period in a score of 6-2. Logan, your thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I think Flyers have a lot of positive takeaways from that second period. They're taking a lot into period number 3. I got to go downstairs and find out what the heck was going on with that penalty situation, though, because that even befuddled me. So hopefully the Flyers can receive some good words of encouragement from head coach Jim Sawyer. Again, Marquette's a really strong hockey team, and I think they're playing against them really well.
Yeah, this is a huge difference from yesterday, but we've got 12 minutes just about to go, and we'll be back with you here on Lewis University Television Network.
And And today we are joined by another Flyer senior to continue our senior series. I think we're almost done. How many? This is the last one.
Last one.
Oh, okay. Jack Selman is here. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing, Jack?
I'm good.
Yeah?
How about you?
It's Wednesday, that's for sure.
Wow.
Well, we're excited to have you on. I feel like this has, again, been a long time coming. I remember a while ago, I don't know if you remember this, one of my first experiences with the hockey team was with Rebecca next door on the old show, on the old podcast. And that was one of the first times I was on with you, and I got to talk to you. Do you remember when we did that?
Yeah. I went on that a couple of times, I think.
Yeah. How was that experience for you? Do you remember any of that?
Yeah, it was fun. I thought it was really cool, like having a radio show and everything. It was fun.
Oh yeah, it is a fun time.
It's a good time.
Yeah, no, Matt and
So
I,
was that a live broadcast?
It was.
And then it was replayed? Is that the way they did it?
Yeah, so that was done live. I want to say it was like an hour or two. I feel like it was really long.
Yeah.
And then she would record it and download it, and then it would get uploaded for the world to hear on YouTube. The Dump and Chase podcast. It's still out there. I went and looked earlier today to make sure that it was you that I was with.
I got a highlight on my Instagram the other day, and it was like, I think it was me and a couple other kids that went on it, and I just got like a reminder on my phone about it. So that was cool.
Oh,
that's cool.
Well, that means you're coming in with some experience to the podcast. I think you're the first experienced one, right? Or maybe there was someone else who was on the show. Maybe
I think Welly might have.
There was. It was Wells.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wellesley, and I think that Josh maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I remember
Josh.
Jake
DePego,
specifically.
maybe. Oh yeah, Jake too.
I thought he was talking about it.
Yeah, DePego might have. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So cool. Well, we're happy to have you here. And what we've been doing with all the seniors, and so I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll do it with you as well. We'd like to find out your hockey journey. I mean, I feel like each player has such a unique experience with the game, and it's been a pleasure to talk with all the seniors about how they ended up playing hockey at Lewis. So I'd love to hear kind of how you started playing hockey and kind of what led you to come play hockey at Lewis.
Yeah, so I grew up in Minnesota, so the first time I got on skates, I was like 3 or 4 years old, and it's kind of interesting. The first time I skated, I hated it. Like I never wanted to do it again.
How old were you when this first time happened?
I can't remember exactly. I think I was around 4, and my parents like kind of like pushed me like, oh, let's try it again. And my mom was a skier when she was growing up, so she was kind of trying to push skiing on me, and my dad was trying to push hockey. And so I went out and tried it again, and I loved it ever since.
Was your dad a hockey player?
Yeah.
Okay.
He played all the way through high school, and then played like intramurals and stuff in college too. So yeah, I started just doing like skating lessons and stuff, and then got into competitive hockey probably when I was like 5 or 6, and then I played in Lakeville Hockey Association, and then once you get to a certain age in Lakeville, it splits into Lakeville North and Lakeville South because we have 2 high schools. So I was on the north side, and then I played Lakeville North hockey all the way up until my sophomore year. I played on the junior varsity team, and then I got cut my junior year, and they have a thing in Minnesota called Junior Gold, and it's for kids that don't play high school because like the high school leagues in Minnesota are super competitive. So I played that for 2 years, and then after my senior year, well, kind of during my senior year, I was kind of like looking at colleges and stuff, and I was kind of thinking that my hockey career, like competitive hockey career, was over. Like I wasn't really looking to play in college at all, and I was like interested in aviation and air traffic control. So I was just looking at a bunch of schools that had good aviation programs, and I found Lewis. And at the time, I didn't even know there was a hockey team. And I ended up like, I looked up like Lewis hockey on YouTube, and I saw a video, and I was like, oh, they have a hockey team. Like, might as well. I mean,
what kind of video was this? Was this like a game?
It was like I think it was like a prospect skate or something from like years ago.
Oh.
And
that's weird.
So I was just watching it, and I was like, well, if they have a hockey team, like, I'll reach out. So I reached out, and they said to send in like a couple of clips of me playing. So I sent them in, and then they're like, yeah, we'd love to have you be a part of the team. So I came down here and like toured the school, looked at the rink, the locker room, and everything, and I was like, this seems like it would be a great opportunity to continue my career.
Wow. So you essentially recruited yourself, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, that sometimes is how it works. What maybe some of the people don't realize that there's something special about high school hockey in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So being a Minnesotian, I've done some work with like Hermantown, for instance. I've done some skills and done some skates with those guys. But I'd love to hear your perspective on Minnesota high school hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like high school hockey here and like AAA and that whole like landscape. I just feel like hockey, like high school hockey in Minnesota is like, it's kind of like a way of life. Like growing up, like from when I've been basically learning how to skate. Like you watch the kids on the high school team and you're like, I'm like, that's what I want to do someday. It's kind of like when you're watching like an NHL team, like you go to a game and you're like, oh, like that, I want to like play in the NHL one day. It was always growing up. It's like, I want to play high school hockey. And yeah, like I said, I mean, here I feel like people don't really get as excited about high school hockey because a lot of times like people will like go play for one program and then they'll switch to another one if they don't like it or for whatever reason. Whereas like growing up, like there were kids that would go play at private schools or like stuff like that. But for the most part, it was you would play through with the same program all the way through up until high school.
So is it safe to say that the high school hockey is more of a destination than it is like here? Most kids growing up, you ask them, where do you want to play when you're in high school, that age, and sometimes they just don't know.
Yeah.
In Minnesota, they want to play for their town.
Yeah.
Well, because they don't have AAA hockey there, right?
They do, but like high school hockey is like whereas here I feel like the premier hockey is like AAA. I feel like high school hockey in Minnesota is like the premier league that everyone wants to play in.
So looking at from high school hockey in Illinois, you're going to lose your best opportunity in terms of quality of players to AAA.
Right.
And so they're going to make a decision. Am I going to play AAA, be it U16, U18? Am I going to play that or am I going to play high school hockey? In Minnesota, you lose your top tier to the USHL.
No.
So
a little bit of a step up there.
You have
from high
kids,
school
correct
hockey.
me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but you have kids that are making decisions in Minnesota. Do they want to play high school hockey or do they want to play in the USHL?
We're here for the re-kickoff of the Innovation Hub, and it's nice to be able to do a refresh.
Innovation Hub is a community. It's a community of innovators, entrepreneurs, creators who have come together to change the world. The Hub's going to help students and community in several different ways. First of all, provide a physical space where we can come and they can actually rent desks and hang out and have an office. More importantly, we're going to have a series of support from a community standpoint, including speaker series, including quarterly meetups, including professional development programs, including ways to take you from 0 to 100 in no time flat with your business called growth hacking.
Tonight I am here to talk about my application and how the pitch competition and the Innovation Hub have brought me to where I am today. Being able to help out people in the community regarding shopping is one of the biggest things we could be doing to help anyone out. It is such a big part of everyone's lives, and what we want to do is make a business out of it and hopefully make people's lives easier and make new products, whatever it is, to hone in on making people's lives more efficient.
You're listening to Lewis Flyers hockey here on Lewis University's television network. Matt Carlson alongside Logan Kapp here. We're entering the third period. Marquette Golden Eagles up 2-1 against your Lewis University Flyers here as they prepare to come back out onto the ice. A real strong period, strong 2 periods from the Lewis Flyers, especially compared to yesterday. This time, the last game, we're looking at a scoreline of 6-2. Now we're looking at 2-1. A lot better offensively and defensively from the Lewis Flyers. We'll see what kind of talking to Jim Swoyer gave them. Had some confusion with penalties in the second period. More to tell you about that. We got Logan Kapp.
Well, I got the chance to talk to head coach of the Lewis Flyers, Jim Swoyer, during that intermission, and he was pretty satisfied with how his team has been playing throughout the course of this hockey game. I mean, if you're him, you can't really have too many complaints. We talked about it throughout the course of the game yesterday and a little bit today, but Marquette Golden Eagles having a really, really strong hockey team that they put on the ice in only losing 4 games throughout this season. And the Flyers, are in the process of rebuilding the program. Head coach Jim Swoyer in his first season has already brought a lot of really good things behind the bench for the Lewis Flyers. And you know what? We're approaching the end of his inaugural season, and a lot of positive things you can see as the season goes on. You see the systems that he's instituted start to work their way into the game. You see definitely the demeanor of the players change from last year to this year. I mean, we've talked about it. Flyers averaging less than 6 minutes of penalties per game this season, which is pretty much unheard of in college hockey. And so the fact that the Flyers have been able to do that, giving other teams less of a chance on the power play. And again, I think the Flyers have some really strong hockey coming in their near future, both for the rest of this season, the 2 more series that they have, and then next year as well.
Flyers looking strong here in this game, and a lot of positives you can draw from Jim Swoyer's first season. Is going to be his last home stand here until next season. He's brought a lot of huge things to this hockey club, and we're both excited to see where it goes as we line up for the draw here. It's Scotty Ernsting up against number 7, Graham Robertson of the Golden Eagles to kick off the third period. And Scotty Ernsting's going to come away with it over the blue line, trying to find his way through early. And that's going to be our successful Golden Eagles back with it now. And the Flyers battling away with Brian Good.
You have to think that the Golden Eagles got a stern talking to from their head coach. They had some penalty trouble in about the halfway point in that second period, and he was pretty fired up on the Marquette bench, so I'm sure he had some choice words for his team in the dressing room, so we'll see how that comes into effect. They were pretty late getting on the ice here. I think the horn at the end of the intermission had already gone. The Flyers preceded them on the ice by probably about a minute or 2, which is a pretty long time in the course of a hockey game. So,
and we'll see what happened. A big save up close there for Christian Rohrer nearing the end of his senior season. That one's going to trickle through the neutral zone. Here comes Scotty Ernsting trying to dangle through. Couldn't make it happen. Matt McKenna's there to stop him. And the Golden Eagles are to come back the other way through the neutral zone here. With the puck now is Joey Maione trying to shot. That one's going to be blockered away by Christian Rohrer. Back with it behind the net are the Golden Eagles. That one's going to trickle behind the net of Christian Rohrer once again. Out with it now is Conrad Humke dishing that one back in, and the puck will make its way all the way back to the neutral zone.
Not even sure Christian Rohrer saw that puck. It just kind of hit him.
And that one he definitely did not see, and that one's going to end up in the back of the net for the Golden Eagles. That's going to be a 3-1 hockey game here early, something the Golden Eagles have made a habit of.
That was Ethan Berger who had that goal, as you said, man, just kind of threw it on net. Not sure if Christian Rohr saw it. He had his defenseman standing right in front of him, but Berger gets his 6th on the season thus far. He is, at the start of this season, at the start of this weekend, was in 4th in points on his team. So another one for the Golden Eagles who can put the puck in the back of the net and contribute on the offensive side.
And the Flyers are going to have it with Tyler Morefoot behind their own net. And that pass intended for Welninski is going to go all the way back down the other end of the ice. And that's going to be an icing call. And we'll see a face-off back on the Lewis Flyers end of the ice here. Not a fantastic start for the Lewis Flyers here so far early in this third period. And we'll see the face-off off to the left-hand side of Christian Rohr. Fronte lining up for it for the Flyers. Some talking to from the referee. The Flyers will win the draw. Morefoot with it, and that one gets real close to Christian Rohr. Not quite sure how that ended up there, but had to potentially save that from a wraparound attempt by Tyler Morefoot.
I think that puck trying to be sent off the glass behind the net, hit a stanchion right in that area where that puck careened out is the door on the end boards, and I think it might have hit one of those stanchions, and very dangerous deflection out in front.
And a huge hit there for Stumpf, as that one's going to be set all the way back down. The bench getting fired up about that. Goalkeeper Daniel Ledger keeping that one out there as Marquette's going to try and come back through the neutral zone unsuccessfully. And back down the other way. We're going to get another icing call here.
Flyers maybe in panic mode. I think they've got to just compose themselves a little bit, kind of running around in their defensive zone. And they were playing really strong at the end of that second period, and they just want to calm it down, play their game, get some offensive zone time, and opportunities will come.
And Jim Swire just trying to calm his players down a little bit. I think you were right as that puck rides the top of the boards there. And the Golden Eagles will come back out with it. A pass all the way across to Sawyer Lichtensteiger, and that one's going to be attempted to put on net. Welninski battling forward up against the boards for the Flyers. And that one's going to end up behind the net. Bashed up against the boards there. And Tyler Morefoot's going to come away with it. A pass to Stumpf, and that one's not going to go. And Stumpf is going to take off here. He could get in there all alone. He's going to find a challenger. He's going to try a shot, and he rushed that one. Went way too high, feeling the pressure from Curtis Bruin of St. Louis, Missouri. And that one's going to be an unsuccessful attempt there for Logan Stumpf, who's got one in this game already, looking for two. Here comes Ethan Horman, a 2-on-4 situation. That shot just goes wide to the right-hand side of Daniel Ledger. Ethan Horman pressuring here. He's had a lot of good looks in this game so far, and Ethan Ropaz looking to try and get the puck back as the Golden Eagles have it behind their own net. Out at the point, the shot taken, and that one just gets deflected wide. A shot by Brayton Ritchie.
Flyers having some offensive zone time now.
And we're looking at a 2-on-1 situation. Brayton Robertson lining up for the hit and goes in. Can't quite get the puck away, and that was a shot tried up close. Christian Rohr right there to stop that plan. Plot foiled. Scotty Ernstein getting down and dirty with that one. And that one, he's going to fall down. Brayton Robertson back with it in the near side left-hand corner. Ropaz with it. It's going to fly up through the neutral zone, and Marquette will take grasp of it now. Brayton Ritchie firing that one through the neutral zone. It's going to roll all the way back. Scotty Ernstein coming in for it. Couldn't quite get there. It's going to go all the way back around, keeping it inside the offensive zone is Lewis Flyers, and they're going to release that one all the way back. And a pass intended for Daniel Senderberry is not going to find his mark. And it's going to rattle around a little bit as the two teams fight for it, and a shot foiled there. Joey Nowicki couldn't make that one happen, or sorry, Chase Breslin. And Logan Pickens will try and set this play up, and he'll fire it all the way back down the other way for an icing call.
Almost don't know if I agree with that. Brian Goot was there, and he was tangled up with one of the Marquette Golden Eagles in the neutral zone, and I think that prevented him from touching that puck. And in a normal case, that would negate the icing call, but not today, evidently.
Flyers trying to hold their own. A few questionable potentially calls, and that one's going to be deflected out in front by Brian Gutt. He's going to chase after him, and he's going to end up with possession. That pass potentially intended for Fronte finds the open ice and back into the possession of the Golden Eagles. Here's Matt McKenna passing it back off, and it's with Ethan Berger now. Ethan Berger passing out to Chase Breslin, back to Matt McKenna at the point. He's trying to get that one through, couldn't quite make it happen while Ninsky was there. Flyers trying to organize themselves in their own zone. It's going to fly through the neutral zone all the way back around. Molninsky's after it. Icing call gets negated this time. And back in the neutral zone with it is Tyler Moorfoot. Passing it back through the neutral zone. Couldn't find his man. With it is Ethan Berger. And it's going to come back once again. Waiting for it is Daniel Ledger. He's not going to attempt to get that possession. Caden Ulmer out for it. Trying to flick it back in, and Stumpf keeps it onside. He tries to shot that one again, a little wide. A few shots this period for him. Moorfoot with it. Stumpf back with it now, blocked out in front. Couldn't make it happen. Ethan Berger looking for a pass, makes it happen, not quite. Caden Ulmer intercepts that one, and it's in the neutral zone. And this will be back in the hands of Logan Pickens after the Golden Eagles find themselves in a potential offside position. That's going to be flicked all the way back down and taken into the glove by Daniel Ledger. Flyers finding themselves in a offensive position here about halfway through the third period. 13:38 left to go. 3-1 Marquette.
Logan Pickens, another member of the Lewis Flyers who will be fifth yearing next year. Got the chance to talk to his father, actually, also in that intermission, and he was very thankful for all the time that he spent here and excited that he's got one more year of Flyers hockey. Also, listen to his episode of the Lewis University Hockey Podcast. So if you haven't heard that, you got to go check that out on the Lewis Hockey Podcast channel.
Check out the podcast. Check out everything we've got going for you here, all Lewis hockey related, as we line up here for the draw with Scotty Ernsting. And he's going to win that one. Brian got back with it. Johnson trying a shot, and that one's going to be deflected off the stick or the pads. And it's going to go up into the net, up into the netting.
Dan Ledger had a pretty good look at that point shot from Dan Johnson. Flyers yesterday were doing a really good job getting in that shooting lane, taking away the eyes of Dan Ledger. It's not a bad idea to throw it on net if you're Dan Johnson, though.
And Dan Johnson tried another shot. It was deflected out in front. Back the other way come the Golden Eagles. Trying to find his way through is Mac Ryan, and he gets pushed aside by Gutt. And that pass into the middle couldn't quite happen. Christian Rohr loses his pad and his stick. He's going to barehand it for the time being as the Golden Eagles remain with possession. Sawyer Lichtensteiger at the point trying to shot, blocked out in front, and that one's going to slide into the back of the net. And that was a highly unfortunate circumstance as the blocker and the stick of Christian Rohr gets ripped right off and out of his hands. That's going to be 4-1 to Marquette with 12:53 left to go, Logan.
In a regular situation, when the goaltender loses his blocker hand, that should immediately result in a whistle-stopping play. In every level of hockey, that is a safety issue.
And Jim
the goaltender loses the blocker. I'm sorry.
That should be no goal there, but it wasn't called, and Jim Sawyer's going to talk about it with him. That should not have resulted in a goal at the end of the day, but the whistle wasn't blown, and nothing we can do about that.
No, but you can see how frustrated Jim Swire is, the bottom left-hand side of your screen there, in conversation with the referee and the linesman. I don't even know what to say at that point. You know, I mean,
that was a you know, did you not see it? Or, you know, you had to not have seen what happened there.
Losing the stick is one thing. You don't blow a whistle for that, but the goaltender loses a blocker, loses a glove, loses the helmet. It's all the same. A whistle's got to go immediately. Again, the Flyers not in good stance right there.
Once the equipment flies, the play dies, and the Flyers looking to redeem themselves here as they're down 3 goals. Whether they like it or not, and gobbled up there by Christian Rohrer. Stopping the play there as the Golden Eagles found some speed through the neutral zone.
Christian Rohrer doing his best to bounce back, making a pretty easy save there. You see him having conversation with the referee. He's got to be frustrated as well after that call. I mean, as a goaltender, you got to hope that you're going to be protected, and Flyers discipline hockey is being a thing, and I know that this might not be the exact situation, but again, you got to hope that you're going to be protected as a goaltender.
And Christian Rohrer did have a couple words with the referee, but here comes Logan Pickens now. 1-on-2 situation, tries a shot and blockered aside by Daniel Ledger. And back with our Golden Eagles, Scotty Ernsting pressuring up against the boards. Logan Pickens with it now. Back to Ernsting, up close, tried to get it up in that left-hand corner, couldn't make it happen. Ernsting still with the puck, and the puck is going to make its way to the other side of the ice. Battling for it, still keeping it on side of the Flyers. Stumpf dishing it all the way back in, trying to hit Ernsting. And a whistle is going to be blown.
Looks like the Flyers get a power play out of that, but Ernsting with a high-quality chance down low, picked up the puck on that near side, trying to elevate it upstairs on Dan Ledger, but hit the side of the cage. He got the elevation, just wasn't far enough in front of the goal line, but again, another opportunity for the Flyers here on the power play.
Flyers will be looking to try and take advantage of this opportunity here with the man advantage. Caden Ulmer going to set up for the draw. And he will lose it. It's going to be in Matt McKenna's possession, trying to quarterback this play as that one's flicked all the way down. Christian Rohrer is going to stick that one aside. Venelagna with it. Didn't quite know where to go with Ethan Berger pressuring tight. Selman with it up against the near side boards. All the way back into the corner for Jake Welninski. Keeping it on side is Olagna at the point. Trying a shot, and that one gets deflected out in front. Braden Ritchie trying to pressure as Ethan Berger attempts to clear, and a shot on net. Saved by Daniel Ledger.
Excellent keep in there from Caden Ulmer. He was down on one knee, had to extend almost into the lunge position to keep that puck in, and that created a chance on the offensive side of things. And again, Caden Ulmer doing a really good job today.
Good defensive and offensive games from this team today as Stumpf picks it up at the point. He tries a shot, and that one's going to go up into the netting for another whistle after it's patted away by Daniel Ledger.
Logan Stumpf in the shooting position on this power play draw. Ernsting's been pretty good on the draws. We'll try and win this one again.
Flyers winning quite a few draws today. He's back with Stumpf as he can't quite get a handle on it. Falls to the ground, and Marquette's coming in, trying to get through is Frank Schiddick, and he couldn't make it happen. Back with possession in their own zone is Scotty Ernsting. Flicking it all the way through, hitting the boards. And Golden Eagles are going to retain possession, and the puck's going to come all the way back. Christian Rohrer out to get it.
Brian Goot laying a big body check down in the far side corner, Marquette end, and can't quite see who that is for the Golden Eagles, but he's laboring after that. Big shoulder from the Flyers captain.
And the puck's going to come back down again. Christian Rohrer will stay in his net this time. Scotty Ernsting with it here. Flyers not finding a whole lot of success, and Ernsting looking for the call there. It's not going to happen. And here comes Chase Breslin, and he gets stuffed into the boards. Ropaz with it, dishing it all the way back down.
Flyers just took a penalty behind their net with that contact on Chase Breslin.
And to our right side, don't believe it was visible when it happened. Daniel Ledger leaped back off his bench and dove for the save like a goalkeeper you might see in soccer. That was certainly something. But the Flyers will have a 4-on-4 for the next 14 seconds and then have to go on the penalty kill. Ethan Horman not too happy about that one.
You see Jim Swire again wants a conversation with the referee. You don't see Jim fired up too often. You can tell he's starting to get irritated with some of these calls, though.
He's been good at keeping himself under wraps. Yep, but you know, you usually know if the call wasn't, you know, maybe the greatest call or something, you know, he wasn't too happy with. He's not usually one to get super verbal with the officials, but this game has proved otherwise.
You can see he's not very satisfied here in the penalty box, having a conversation with retired athletic trainer Karen Hyde.
And the Flyers will be battling for it back in their own zone behind the net.
Marquette penalty over here. They're going to get a short power play.
Minute 37 on the power play for the Golden Eagles as Warner tries fighting for it near the blue line. Golden Eagles will retain possession, and that one's going to get dumped out in the neutral zone, and the Golden Eagles will have to reset, give the Flyers an opportunity to squander their chances, as that one's going to be attempted to be dished out by Caden Peter. And we're going to get a whistle blown now.
High stick violation in the neutral zone. College hockey rule book states that face-off will take place one zone back. So high stick in the neutral zone. The face-off will be all the way down on the Marquette end.
And Daniel Ledger will see that face-off to his right-hand side in the far right-hand corner of the ice. Golden Eagles will come away with it here as they'll try to set up a play and get another one. Here comes Chase Breslin. He's got wheels, trying to wheel and deal his way through. Couldn't make it happen. Stopped by Caden Ropaz with it now. Passing it back to Johnson as they try to burn off the minute left of this penalty kill.
Ethan Ropaz getting some special teams penalty kill time. Getting some experience here.
Wheeling and dealing his way all the way back down is Conrad Humke. Still with it all the way back around to the point. Passing in close. Couldn't make that one happen as that one flies just in front of Christian Rohrer's mask. Chase Breslin with it now as he slips and falls. And that's a shot right into the logo. And that's going to rattle all the way back out. And it's going to be kept inside by Conrad Humke. And Marquette will retain possession now. Chase Breslin with it, looking for the shot in the lane. That one's going to be blocked. And the Flyers will finally dish that one back out into the neutral zone, and they'll have a change of players. And this is going to look a little interesting. Marquette had some advantages there, but didn't come to any fruition. Chase Breslin with it here. Selman coming into pressure. Chase Breslin still with it up against the boards. He's going to pass it to the middle. A shot by Humke's not going to go. Or sorry, Ethan Berger. That's not going to go.
Penalty to Lewis is over.
And we're back on 5-on-5 hockey. Selman's coming into the zone with it. Tried a backhander, didn't work too well. Ledger out for the save. Alagna battling for it. Stumpf and Alagna tripping over each other. This is going to be a 3-on-2 here, and he couldn't quite find it. That was Graham Robertson looking for that shot. Falling down in the corner.
Big physical contact there from Caden Ulmer on the point. One of the members of the Lewis Flyers who really likes to throw the body around. Still doing a really good job here late in period 3.
7:10 left to go in this game. 4-1 is the score. Flyers have a lot of work to do if they want to have an opportunity at winning this game. Morefoot passing it up to Brian Gutt in his last game in this rink, and that one's going to be called for an icing, and we'll bring it all the way back. Not too sure how that happened. Brian Gutt was right there.
Looks like they will have whistled that down as an incorrect icing violation, so it'll be a center ice face-off. But I wanted to mention again that we got the chance to honor 5 of the Flyers seniors today before the start of the hockey game. So you can go back right now. It's at the start of this stream. We got to honor those 5 seniors. You see their numbers hanging on the glass in the far side corner, Flyers end. So that was really nice ceremony, I think, to honor those longtime members of the Flyers hockey team, DePego, Selman, Morefoot, Christian Rohrer, and Josh McDonald.
And I had a chance to talk with Josh McDonald before the game, really looking forward to this one. He was, and he's been playing well today. One for the books for him for sure, as the puck will be held up against the boards. And they'll battle for it. Ernsting putting his stick in there, and he'll try and wheel and deal this one all the way up through the neutral zone. He's got Pickens looking for it, and that one's going to be poked away by Matt McKenna. And the Flyers will lose possession as the Golden Eagles will hold it in their own zone. Matt McKenna with it. Coming through the neutral zone here. Matt Sasky had it. And the Flyers will get possession back and lose it again as the Golden Eagles will try and set up in the neutral zone here. Flyers with a line change. And that's going to be right into the logo and then into the glove of Christian Rohrer for another play stoppage here. The whistle has been blown for our faceoff.
Another sharp angle shot from the Marquette Golden Eagles. I think, you know, they're trying to throw anything they can on net at this point. They want to play in the offensive zone. There's only 6 minutes left in this hockey game, so they've got a comfortable 3-1 lead, and they don't want to do anything that could jeopardize that. So we'll look to see a lot of offensive zone time from the Golden Eagles.
And the Flyers scrambling here. Jake Wolninski's going to take it up the near side boards. He's still going, and he's going to lose the puck into the corner, and the Golden Eagles will find themselves with the puck. Morefoot there to stop it and keep it in the zone. He's going to dish it behind Daniel Ledger's net. Wolninski back with it now, trying to fight for it. His stick gets caught up in the net. Stumpf battling up against the boards. Wolninski getting in there as well. And it'll be wrapped all the way back around for possession. Frank Sheddick with it. A shot on net. Daniel Ledger's going to pad that one away. And Matt McKenna with it now.
Logan Stumpf has made a couple fancy footwork skating moves right here on the near side point. Really good on his skates. And putting the puck in the back of the net, has 1 goal today. So Flyers freshman Logan Stumpf doing really well in things other than the name department.
The Logans. Johnson with the shot before that whistle. Good snipe from the points from him. As Ethan Horman will line up for the draw here and win it for the Flyers. Golden Eagles will get that possession back immediately. Robertson sets that up, an attempted pass to Horman, didn't go. McDonald passing that one off to Robertson. Robertson up to Ropaz, and that one's going to rattle all the way through into the Marquette defensive end of the ice. McDonald pressuring. Ethan Berger with it up against the boards, loses it. Ropaz flicks that one all the way back.
One thing that I've been seeing with these newcomers, Horman and Ropaz, they really don't hesitate to put their bodies on the line. You see them going for the physical contact, really giving it their all on both sides of the puck, and I gotta love that tenacity from the newcomers.
And a shot there by the newcomer, Ethan Ropaz, in his 4th game as a Flyer as Marquette comes back down. Trying to get that one in there, sticked away. Chase Breslin couldn't make that one happen. Ethan Berger with it, and a shot that'll be covered up by Christian Rohrer. But we talk about Ethan Horman. He is a golfer here, plays Division II golf with the Lewis University men's golf team. I had an opportunity to talk with one of his teammates in the previous intermission and had an opportunity to talk with him yesterday. He was like, well, we just kind of hope he doesn't get injured, and today he's been putting his body really on the line, but it's exactly what we like to see from him. He's a big man and he can throw that body around. As Ernsting lines up for the draw and wins it, gets it over to Alagna, and Alagna finds that one up into the neutral zone. Ernsting's going to pick this one up, and he's going to keep it onside, and that's going to be offside called there. Brian Gutt still in an offside position. Ernsting was not aware quite yet. I think he thought Brian was moving a little faster than he was.
I thought they were going to get that call almost, and the linesman with a smile will give the Marquette bench a nod after that whistle.
little late call there for him, but Golden Eagles will set up from the point, and that shot is going to be scored by Christopher Menninger from the point. Christian Rohrer, I don't think he really saw where that one was going.
Traffic in front of the net. That really took away the eyes of Christian Rohrer, and as you said, Christopher Menninger was able to find the space. High glove side on Christian. I don't think it got deflected really out in front of the net, and it was just clean, but again, Rohrer had his eyes taken away from the screen in the slot, and not a whole lot he can do there.
Well, Ninsky will win it off the draw as the Flyers are going to have even more work to do here with 3 minutes, 21 seconds now left in the game. And Braden Ritchie's going to be back for it. A man down on the ice for the Flyers.
It's Josh McDonald.
Josh McDonald, senior, in his final game at home. He is attempting to get up. He's on one knee now, and he will get up on his own. Not sure I saw what happened there. Did you?
It looked like he was holding his head. Obviously, Josh McDonald has been missing some time with the knee injury and has had a couple knee surgeries in the process. Josh McDonald palms up on the bench, maybe wanted a call. I think he took some contact up high is what I can tell. He's got the brain bucket off on the bench there. You see him going, taking a seat and for a walk, maybe to blow off some steam.
And that's going to be an interesting no call, shoving the head down to the ice, and there's the call there. That was an aggressive hit there by number 26, John Source of the Marquette Golden Eagles, and he's going to have some words to exchange with the Lewis bench. The Flyers weren't at all happy with the initial hit, and then John Source going for the two-timer and shoves him back down into the ice.
Yeah, I mean, one of the, I think, rare calls that the Flyers will get today, and John Source obviously fired up, having some choice words for the Flyers bench on the way to the box, but Flyers will have a late period power play here, down by 4.
And the Flyers stopping the threat there from Frank Sheddick, and that's going to be an offsides call there. Another whistle being blown here late in this game. 2:51 is what is left. The score is 5-1 in favor of Marquette. Jim Swoyer, head coach of the Lewis Flyers, not too happy, I think, with the officiating of this game.
The call's not going the Flyers' way. I mean, not much they can do about it, but when it starts to become a safety issue, I mean, we saw that call right there, so it's a good thing there was a call there. Otherwise, I think we'd be having a different discussion.
And Scotty Ernsting almost getting a shot off there. It's real close, just barely patted away by the goaltender, Daniel Ledger. And Logan Stumpf is going to get in close, tried the backhand, didn't quite make it, walked out in front. Brian Gutt can't get there. Logan Pickens and Brian Gutt racing back for it. Incoming Bennett Default. And they're going to fight for it out in the open ice. Brian Gutt's going to fall down, and the Flyers will retain possession here. Logan Stumpf trying to wheel and deal that one through the middle of the ice. Ernsting avoiding another offsides call there.
Got to make sure that cooler heads are prevailing here. Only 2 minutes left. Don't want to see anything too silly.
And Ernsting trying to go between the legs of Matt McKenna. That one didn't quite work out. Stumpf trying to shot. That one was easily saved as it rattled straight into the legs of Daniel Ledger, as that one's going to come all the way back around. Stopped by Christian Rohrer. And Logan Pickens now with it. Flyers looking to reset behind their own net as they come back up the ice with a minute 35 left to go. 34 seconds left now on the power play. Walninski couldn't find that pass. Back with it now is Caden Ulmer as he comes up through the neutral zone. 1-on-4 situation. He was trying to go in on his own as he falls down to the ice. Selman looking to come to the rescue. And the Golden Eagles are going to clear that one all the way back down. Christian Rohrer with it. Less than 10 seconds left on the power play for the Flyers as Alagna tries to reset the Flyers offense. A minute left in this one. 5-1 is the score. Flyers here on senior night. And a huge hit there. Huge hits battling out in the middle of the ice in the neutral zone as Marquette takes the puck back down towards Christian Rohrer, and Selman out in open ice. He's going to grab that one, and a fight has ensued right in front of Christian Rohrer's net. This one looks a little uglier than the last.
That's John Storrs. He came out of the penalty box, was put motioned onto the ice by the Marquette Golden Eagles head coach, and he was the one who took that big contact in the neutral zone as well. Obviously, Storrs is out there looking for blood.
And John Source trying to flex his muscles in front of the Lewis bench. That's not going to be a good look for him. Fighting is a part of college hockey, but sometimes in situations like this.
Well, fighting is not a part of college hockey. You still can't fight. And
it's a part of it in an unaccepted way in many ways, but two Lewis players will find the bench here in the penalty box, Walninski and Alagna, as the officials will discuss what will happen here. John Source trying to exchange words with Walninski.
John Source in the penalty box, still barking away.
Walninski this time's not going to pay him any mind.
And a big discussion will ensue at the top of the referees' trees, I would assume, after a little scuffle like that. I mean, it's pretty unnecessary from the Golden Eagles. You're up by 4 goals. John Storrs have a silly play like that is completely unnecessary, and you don't want to do something like that. You're assessed a disqualification penalty for fighting in college hockey. That means you're suspended for the next game. So if he gets assessed that disqualification penalty, he's got to sit for the next one.
And he will stay in the box here, and we'll see what the official call will be. The Flyers will play a man down.
Ben Alagna also in the box for the Lewis Flyers, and he was part of that little congregation of players out in front of Christian Rohrer. And again, you can see the emotions of the weekend starting to boil over here. Less than a minute left to go. I mean, again, we talked about it yesterday. Some of those feelings and emotions from the game yesterday kind of carrying over to today. I mean, I think both teams started out a little more energized today than they did yesterday, and you can see as we approach 120 minutes of hockey this weekend between these two clubs, it's starting to boil over. I mean, that's to be expected. It's much like the playoffs in the NHL. You play 7 games against the same team. Eventually, the intensity level will rise.
And we saw that yesterday. It was something we talked about yesterday. The intensity levels were rising, and they did indeed boil over into this game. As the remaining 30 seconds of this series happens, the Golden Eagles are looking to try and find one more, as they will, off that shot right there. And that's going to be number Number 60 there.
I'm not sure who that is, but it appears to be his first ACHA Division II goal. They collected that puck. We saw earlier today, it was, who was it who had that first goal? Curtis Bruin, maybe. I think Curtis Bruin had one of those goals. First college goal for a couple of Golden Eagles today, and they'll take a commanding 6-1 lead here with only 20 seconds left.
And 20 seconds exactly is left here, and the Golden Eagles have to exchange on the faceoff. McDonald is back out there to finish out this game. Looks like all seniors out there at the moment, finishing out the remainder of this game. 10 seconds left to go on this one as Marquette looks for a last-minute bag, and it won't happen as the Flyers are going to clear this one out. Selman's going to put the pressure on, and that's going to be the end of this one, as tensions are still rising at the after the buzzer went.
Dan Sendaberry was assessed a penalty right at the end there by the referee for cross-checking. Right behind the play, gave Josh McDonald a shot.
And the Lewis Flyers over to Pat goalie Christian Rohrer in his final game at home on the head here, and the referee ushering the Golden Eagles off the ice. They're not going to shake hands. The referee's not allowing this to happen. It is traditional for the teams to shake hands at the end of a game, and the referee's trying to usher the Marquette Golden Eagles off the ice. And tensions are still boiling over here. Logan Pickens and Matt McKenna looking to exchange some positive words. I believe those two do know each other.
Jim Swoyer ushering his team off the ice. I think he wants to avoid any further contact between these two teams, and
the referees certainly keeping these two teams away from each other as those tensions boiled. And what a auspicious way to end this one. Last homestand for the Lewis Flyers as the Flyers bang their sticks in appreciation on the ice for all the fans who came out in attendance today. Jim Swoyer ushering his men off the ice. What an odd way this game has ended, this series has ended here on this senior night.
I think Jim Swoyer's unsatisfied with the performance of his team. I mean, they put up a hard fight. I think he's also kind of dissatisfied with the way the Marquette Golden Eagles handled themselves throughout the course of that hockey game. I mean, Jim Swoyer's squad has had a pretty level head throughout the course of this entire season, and to go up a team against a good team like Marquette, who was going to come in and, you know, maybe have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder after yesterday against the Flyers played really well yesterday. They lost by a pretty substantial margin, but I think maybe played a little bit better than Marquette was expecting today. First two periods, I mean, were really, really close, and I think that upset the Marquette Golden Eagles a little bit. They weren't expecting that out of the Lewis Flyers, and they allowed themselves to have their emotions get the better of them, and kind of took advantage of the Lewis Flyers a little bit. And, you know, obviously Jim Swoyer's not very excited about that, but you see right there out in front of the bench, Flyer seniors sharing one last embrace on their senior day.
And Jim Swoyer, you know, waiting out there with them, appreciating this moment as well, trying to decompress, I think, at the same time. From this game, I think we all are. We're going to have to try and figure this one out. But at the end of the day, this is the way the game has ended here on this senior day, and the seniors and players are being met and congratulated by members of the fans in attendance today.
That's in that near side corner. You see Christian Rohrer taking it all in one last time. We'll be playing here on ranked number 2 at Callan Sports in Romeoville. He's had 4 solid years between the pipes for the Lewis Flyers. It's been an honor to call all 4 of those for all 5 of those Flyer seniors. I don't know if I was telling you that, but the seniors graduating today are 5 players that were in the freshman class when I started calling college hockey. So those guys are the first. I got to call 4 years of hockey for all 4 of them, and it's been a great time. It's a sad time. You can see emotions running high. That game maybe didn't go the way they wanted it to, but I think everyone, all the Flyers seniors and the whole Flyers squad can walk away from today with their heads held high. They played really well, composed themselves really well against a team who, again, maybe letting the emotions get the better of them. But again, you see a long embrace there between Flyers captain Brian Goot and Christian Rohrer on the bench.
Yeah, Flyers hockey still have 4 more games left in this season, all 4 of them added on. As you said initially earlier on in the broadcast, Logan, this was set to be the last game of the season. However, there will still be 4 more games of Lewis hockey, 2 against Roosevelt and away, and 2 against Northern Illinois University, who the Flyers had a chance to face at the beginning of this season. Roosevelt, always an exciting matchup. Northern Illinois, Flyers will be looking to get some redemption against that team.
They started the season against Northern, and they'll finish the season with Northern today, or this season. So a couple more weekends of Flyers hockey. Again, I think today was maybe not what they had hoped it was going to be, but it was excellent to recognize the 5 Flyer seniors on senior day here at Camlin, and you can see all that group of people in the near side corner there to congratulate all the Flyer seniors and share some emotional embraces. And I think with that, Matt, I think that'll just about do it on the day today.
I would say so. Matt Carlson and Logan Cap Riley behind the camera. You've been watching Lewis University hockey here on the Lewis University Television Network. We'll see you.